If you ask the average person, there seems to be two schools of thought on the problem in our justice system. The first school says something like this: they're letting criminals go free. The second type of folk say something like this: they are punishing innocent people. Clearly, there's a huge divide between these two camps. For example, if you ask some of them both about Pennsylvania DUI laws, the first camp would likely push for harsher penalties, while the second would support lowering penalties to lessen the harm done to those who are falsely convicted. However, there is one issue that has the ability to unite both camps, and that is the issue of forensic reform. The current crime lab crisis is very, very clear. Eric Lander, who is a professor in biology at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and is a member of the Whitehead Institute and director of the Broad Institute of MIT and Harvard. And he's also currently the co-chair of the U.S. President Barack Obama's Council of Advisors on Science and Technology. In 1989, Lander wrote an article for Nature entitled DNA Fingerprinting on Trial. He explained in that article, at present, forensic science is virtually unregulated, with the paradoxical result that clinical laboratories must meet higher standards to be allowed to diagnose strep throat than forensic science labs must meet in order to put a defendant on death row. It's a chilling statement. Since 1989, very little has changed. Forensic laboratories remain unregulated with very little oversight of any sort of meaningful value. The government mandated the National Academy of Science to research and discover if there are problems in forensic crime laboratories. The NAS called for a complete overhaul of the system, calling it badly fragmented, and recommending that forensic laboratories should be independent from the criminal prosecution system. However, to date, no action has been taken on the recommendations, and a series of scandals in crime labs across the United States has further undermined the system itself. Unreliable forensics is allowing criminals to go free, and there is no doubt in that. Those in the first camp are concerned with prosecuting those who have committed crimes. Sloppy and unregulated forensic laboratories are an obstacle to putting true criminals behind bars. Take, for example, the case of Kayla Gertis. She is on trial in New York on suspicion of DUI drugs leading to a fatal crash into an elderly woman, killing her. The forensic tests were conducted at the Nassau Police Crime Laboratory that was shut down following accusations of tainted evidence, questionable work practices, and 23 misconduct citations. Now, I'm not passing judgment on Ms. Gertis' case because I don't know enough about it and because she has a right to be presumed innocent. The point here is that the DUI and drug cases, which rely heavily on forensic testing, will be impossible to prosecute if tested at a questionable crime lab like these, regardless of the trueness of the result. Even those who are truly guilty will have to be let go because the evidence is unreliable. On the other hand, unreliable forensics is punishing truly innocent people. On the flip side of things, sloppy and unregulated forensic laboratories are producing erroneous results that lead to convictions of truly innocent people. This is a real danger because innocent people like you and I can be arrested, charged, and even convicted of a DUI while being 100% innocent. As an experienced Pennsylvania DUI attorney, I've seen the entire gambit of crime laboratory errors, including contaminated samples, tampering, improper calculations, testing the wrong sample, and errors in equipment. This happens much more frequently than you'd like to believe or hope wouldn't happen. The people working in these labs are not true scientists. They're mostly undertrained and overworked technicians with little specialized training. So what is the solution to this problem? As a Pennsylvania DUI and criminal offense attorney, I have seen firsthand how faulty the forensic science system is in the United States of America. This is one of the main reasons motivating the education of the public through my blog, The Truth About Forensic Science, because the first step is to raise awareness about these issues. After that is to set up and require laboratories to demand better product. We need to ask politicians about these issues and hold them accountable because this is a matter that affects the safety of our families and our communities.